It should always be the same session, the same time, the same market. It's all about consistency, okay? Yo, what's going on, traders? What's up, team? I hope you're all having a wonderful time. It's Rafael back again, and in today's video I want to talk about something really important, guys. I want to talk about the ingredients that you need for a proper trading plan that will help you become a profitable trader, consistent trader, who doesn't trade by feel, who doesn't let emotions dictate his decisions, because a trading plan is very important. Guys, the biggest challenge that we are facing as traders are the emotions that come into play when we trading, right? The emotions before we get into a trade, the emotions when the trade is running against us, the emotions when the trade is running in our favor, the emotions when we have lost a trade, the emotions when we have won a trade, the emotions we have when we lost a few trades in a row, and the emotions that come into play when we win a few trades in a row. I mean, the emotions when we missed out on a trade, the emotions when we have closed too early. I mean, if you don't understand these emotions and you don't have a trading plan with straight rules that guide your behavior in these different situations, then you are literally fucked. The market will wipe you out. So yeah, let's talk about the ingredients that you need for a trading plan that helps you to prevent emotional decisions, okay? So every move that we take has to be planned. You need to know what to do in every situation, no matter what the market is throwing at you, okay? First of all, we need to know in which session we want to trade, which session you have time. Is it the Asian session? Is it the London session, the New York session? You need to know when you have time. You need to check that. Then you need to understand what are the high volume times in that session and when it's better to not trade. So you just focus on a very specific time of the day. I made a video about that last week or the week before that, about the sessions and the timing when there is volume in the market and all that stuff. You should check it out. I'm going to put the link down below in the description as well. Check that out. And we need to know which market we are going to trade, of course. The market has to fit the session and the timing that you want to trade. It has to be a high volume time where there are transactions, because we need movement in the market to make money, right? It should always be the same session, the same time, the same market. It's all about consistency, okay? So the next thing we need to know is what is your entry scenario that you are looking for? What kind of entry confirmation are you looking for? What kind of candlestick confirmation? What kind of structure are you looking for? Where do you want to see this structure on the chart? At what time you want to search for that structure? This is very important, guys. You really need to write that down, make screenshots of your entry scenarios, and you need to know when is the time to get in for you. If you don't know that, if you trade by feel, you're gonna have a hard time to become profitable. The third thing, the next thing is we need to know where to put the stop loss, right? And when do we reduce the risk and move the stop loss to break even? I mean, these are two very important questions, guys. You really need to know when is your trade not valid? When is it over? I mean, if the market shows you that it wants to go the other way, there has to be a point, a price level in the market where your trade is not valid anymore, and you need to get out. If you don't get out, if you try to get in again and again and again and up your risk, you're gonna have emotional damage. You're gonna lose your account and you're gonna have a hard time to become profitable. I mean, these are beginner mistakes, right? So you need to know where to put your stop. Where is your trade not valid anymore, okay? The next thing you need to know, of course, is how much risk you put on per trade. How much are you going to risk on a trade? How much percentage, How much you risk when you're in drawdown. and how much risk you put on a trade when you're in profit. I mean, these are very important questions. I mean, if you're facing a drawdown, maybe it's better to use half of your initial risk. I mean, if your account balance, let's say, was 10,000 and you are under that 10,000, it's better to trade with maybe 0.5% risk and to get back in profit. And when you're in profit, then you can change your risk to 1%, for example. This is very important because if you're facing a losing streak, it will put a lot of pressure on you, and that's not good, because we don't want to take emotional decisions. It's much better to lower the risk size a little bit, to make it more easier for you to take trades from the psychology perspective. The next thing we want to know is when to take the first profit and how much you close on the first target. How much percentage you're going to take off at the first target, the easiest target. You're going to take off 50%, 75, 70, 80, 90. I mean, that's up to you, but you need to know how much you want to take off the table at the first easiest target, and you should pay yourself at the first easiest target. That's very important. And of course, you need to know when to close the rest of the position. I mean, you hit your first target, but when are you taking the rest of the position out of the market? You need to know that. And the next thing that is very important that you need to know to make sure you're not over risking is how many trades can you take per day maximum. You need a rule for that to make sure that you're not over trading, you know. I personally would recommend every new trader to just trade 1 or 2 trades per day. As soon as you hit like two losing trades, just stop, because the emotions will come into play at the third trade. You're probably not waiting for your setup. You're starting to take regret trades, revenge trades. The sun will shine tomorrow, okay? You need to be more patient. If you take 2 losing trades, just finish the day. Don't get bothered by it. Tomorrow is a new day. You're gonna take your trade tomorrow and it will wipe out all the losses. So just be easy, guys. Don't overtrade. As soon as you start to overtrade, you give back all the profits that you made last week or the weeks before that, you know. It's very important, guys. You need to have a rule to not overtrade. How many trades are you going to take on a maximum per day? Okay, very important. And the last thing you need to know is what are the trading days when you better not trade. And I'm talking about days when you have low volume, like holiday season. If there are bank holidays and stuff like that, just stay out. It doesn't make sense. There's no volume. The market's probably just ranging and you're gonna give back profits. Doesn't make sense. You get just stuck in a consolidation and you will just lose some money and it's not worth to get in, you know. And news events can be very, very, very harmful, because news events often they have huge gaps, huge slippage. So if you are in a running position and a news event is about to hit the market, you should better close your position, because if the market gaps, it will not hit your stop loss, you know. It will not hit your stop loss. It will just move straight through it, and you're going to lose much more than you can afford, you know. So it's much better, my eyes, to not trade news events. Just focus on the day-to-day business without crazy news events and without holidays. That's it, guys. So yeah, I think we talked about everything you need to know about setting up your game plan. I think we talked about all the ingredients that you need for a good trading plan. It's pretty logical, guys. You need to know when to get in, you need to know when to get out. You need to know what to do when the market is doing this and when the market is doing that, you know. I mean, it's pretty simple, guys, but most of you have a problem with setting up rules for themselves. I mean, yeah, we trade for freedom. Maybe we don't like rules, you know. I know that I hate rules. I always hated rules. I always had a problem with authority, guys. But we are talking about a serious business, and you need to have rules, because if you start to trade by feel, you will just become a maniac. Then maybe you have these crazy profitable days, and then on the next day everything is gone. Like, doesn't make sense, guys, you know. if you want to make this long term, you need to have a set of rules, you need to have a plan, trading strategy that you follow, rules that guide your behavior to make sure that you're not running into emotional decisions. This is so important, guys. Cannot sleep on that, okay? So make sure to take notes, make sure to write down your trading plan. I hope that you took notes while this video was running. And yeah, guys, see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Wish you a lovely day, and we talk soon, guys. Have a profitable rest of the week. See you later.
What you know, every time I why your body in love, fly me to the moon. Forget what you know. Every time I why your body in love.